the new series that I'm writing, the Julia Z books, are very different. These are very different books from the epic fantasy. So, the Danzan Dynasty took me over a decade to finish, and it's four massive books that more than a million, I think 1.7 million words or something like that. It's a massive amount of words. It's the biggest thing I've ever created, but it's a unified story. It's a story about an entire nation, about an entire people, about multiple generations of um, a set of families as they emerge from um, the beginning of the Grades of Kings all the way into something we would think of as the modern state. So that's a very huge, unified kind of big story. The Julia Z books are very different. It's my attempt to create something entirely different. I've always enjoyed reading thrillers where you can read the series in any order you want. You can read the books in any order you want, but they feature the same hero, the central hero who continues to have these different adventures. That's always a format that I really enjoy. So the Julia Z books are like that. I intend to have these books in such a way that you can read them in any order you want. Um, and they feature Julia Z, who is my hero. Julia Z is kind of an interesting hero because she's, again, not your typical thriller hero. Her thing isn't brute strength. That's not what she's good at. She's not like Jason Bourne, and she's not like Jack Reacher. She's not like that. The books are structurally similar to those books, but Julia is not someone who can solve problems just by beating people up. She's not. She's just not. On the other hand, she does have a set of unique skills that she has developed over a lifetime. And these are skills about working with machines. So in some ways, Julia Z is kind of the futurist as a hero, right? She is someone who has a particularly intimate relationship with machines. She knows how they function. She actually says that she's better with machines than she is with people, or at least she thinks of herself that way. She has a very troubled background and became an orphan at a very early age, and she had a lot of trouble with the law early on. But she knows how to work with machines better than anyone, and she knows how to whisper, if you will, to AI in a way that very few people can do. That's her big skill. She knows how to whisper to AIs. And the story, in All That We See or Seen, which is the first book in the series, in this story, we meet Julia at the very beginning as somebody who is trying to put all of that troubled past behind her. She's trying to basically live a very obscure, low profile, normal life. She's like, I'm done with all of that. I'm just going to try to do my own thing and try to, I don't want to deal with all this dark stuff in my past. I just want to do my own thing and try to live a normal life as a 20 something. But of course, fate intervenes, and this lawyer and his famous artist wife, Ellie, they barge into Julia's life, and basically, Ellie has been kidnapped, and um, he wants Julia to help him find her. And so Julia now goes off on this adventure, somewhat reluctantly, but you know that she really wants to. And she goes onto this adventure, and uh, as she's traveling around the country trying to track down where Ellie is, she's also delving into her past. You're seeing her do this undergo these two parallel journeys, both inside her and also outside, as she tries to figure out what really happened. And of course, she discovers a huge conspiracy that Ellie is only a part of. Um, and what I found really fun about this series, this particular book anyway, is that I have a chance to sort of put all of my speculations and ideas and anxieties about AI and creativity into the book, right? So this is a critical moment for those of us who work in the arts. In that, traditionally, when we talk about robots taking people's jobs, it's always like the robots will um, leave those of us who are in the arts alone, right? Somehow being in the arts was supposed to keep you immune from being displaced by automation. Well, the irony of irony is that whereas we have not figured out how to successfully build a really good robot vacuum or a machine to fold your laundry or a machine to pack things in a warehouse, like those things we still have to have humans do. But when it comes to the creative things like writing a song or painting a picture or drafting a novel, there seems to be a lot of terror and just horror, I would say, that machines are going to do that. Um, Authors and artists are absolutely terrified at this moment that we're going to be replaced by machines. Now, I personally am not actually afraid of that at all because I have an idea that AI is going to end up being just another medium, a new medium for human artists to explore. But I understand the anxiety. And so this is a book that explores the ways in which AI will be disruptive to the lives of artists and how all of us who love the arts, consumers, producers, writers, painters, actors, how all of us will have to change the way we relate to our medium as a result of AI. So, all that we see or seeing is also a vehicle for me to put in all of my speculations and ideas about the future of art and creativity in the age of AI. So it's just a really fun book for me to write. It's the sort of book I've always wanted to write, and it's a great vehicle for me to explore these ideas that are deeply interesting to me.